Nicaragua. I love ya. I love you, Nicaragua. You making love to me so goddamn nicely. We got that Nicaraguan cigar. I love it. We got that Nicaraguan lemonade. That's my favorite drink here. The lemons here, they're not lemons, they're limes. But the local people kinda call them lemons. But the limes in Central America, Costa Rica, we're gonna get to you. And in Nicaragua. The limes with some sparkling water, good quality sparkling water. Damn, that's the best drink here. And now we got some of the grapefruit from my great farm. Oh man, couple more days at the great farm and couple more days at Nicaragua. Dang! Nicaragua, you have made me feel things that I thought I forgot. You have made my body remember things that it has forgotten. Dude. So, I guess we're starting to wrap up the Nicaragua experience. You can already tell my opinion. But today with a little Nicaraguan cigar, little lemonade, little bit of that tropical sunlight in Nicaragua on top of a fucking full volcano at the great farmhouse, feeling good as a motherfucker. We could start maybe a little battle, because we as people, we like to compare things, we like to judge things. Which one is better? Even though that's just divide and conquer. But today, which one is better? My friend. Or pura vida, bro. Pura vida. My friend. That's Nicaragua. My friend. And that's Costa Rica. Pura vida, bro. Mortal enemies. People from Nicaragua, they don't like Costa Ricans. And Costa Ricans, they don't like Nicaraguans. At Costa Rica, the Costa Rican was well, that some of them that spoke English, they were like, I told them I'm going to Nicaragua after this, and they were like, be careful at the Nicaraguans. Guess what, Nicaraguans, it's been safe. The Nicaraguans are way more interested about me than the Costa Ricans were. That's the first thing. In Nicaragua, I'm a freaking rock star in most places. In Costa Rica, they just think I'm another American, just so they can steal my dollar bills to build their middle class. Because in Costa Rica, they have a nice little middle class going on over there. That's coming with their problems. I saw a lot of pale-ass Costa Ricans. Not so many here at Nicaragua. People are more melanated here at Nicaragua. Things are a bit more raw here at Nicaragua. Also, because of the middle class, there's way less cars in Nicaragua. Like way less. When I go with the buses here, and let's get to the bus system also, it's way better in Nicaragua than in Costa Rica. Way better. But when I go with the buses, or I just go where the roads are, like there's not many cars going on. It is super noticeable. Like people just don't have the dollar bills for cars. Like there's some motorcycles, but even that, like the highways, they're really good at Nicaragua actually. The highways are really good. You can get pretty fast, even by the bus, from location to location. But you can get by fast because there's not much traffic going on over here. And that's nice. That's real nice. Everybody hates traffic. Let's light the cigar up. Enjoy the Garden of... Oh, sorry guys. Enjoy the Garden of Eden with Mr. Base Science. So yeah, Costa Rica, getting into San Jose, Costa Rica, that was a freaking battle with the buses. There was traffic jams all over the place. It took forever. It sucked. So, a lot more middle class people in Costa Rica. And I think that's a bad thing. Because I could already see the effects on the Costa Rican people. Not as much melanin, lower dopamine. In Nicaragua, people are melanated. It's raw. It's rough sometimes. It's chaotic sometimes. But that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. It's more human that way. Because these people have more dopamine. Because these people live closer to nature. That's one thing about Nicaragua. There's less of the man-made bullshit technologies that now they are coming in, like I said in my Granada videos. These people live in shack houses, but they still need that 5G fast internet on their smartphones. Like they live in a shack house, but they have the latest smartphone. Gotta have that for everybody. Why is that? So that's coming here. But Costa Rica, it already has been there. And I could see the difference. So there's that. The buses, like I said in Nicaragua, way easier to get around with the buses. Like the buses are going all the time because the local people use buses. They don't have cars, like I already said. And the buses are way less expensive here at Nicaragua. And that goes to the or whatever, how many points I already made. I already made many points. But the next point, it is way less expensive at Nicaragua. Like way less. Well, if you cook your own food and you live kinda the natural lifestyle, Costa Rica was not that bad. But still Nicaragua way better. You can actually go to restaurants in Nicaragua way easier. And some of the restaurants have been really nice. Like El Capitan in Granada. I love that place. Very good seafood. Now some things in Nicaragua are like a little bit more expensive, like coconut oil. I have been surprised how expensive coconut oil is in Costa Rica and in Nicaragua. It is cheaper in Nicaragua. But I would think, because they have plenty of coconuts, I've seen them, that the coconut oil would be way more affordable and way more widely spread. But it's kind of bitch in the ass to find it sometimes. And it is quite expensive food item. But overall, Nicaragua beats Costa Rica. And I will say this. Now we get to the important part. The quality of the food has been better in Nicaragua. I've had the best fruits in my life in Nicaragua. Way better than in Costa Rica. And way cheaper as well. So Costa Rica, you can suck my dick. And that dick is looking very dark right now. Maybe it's just the season, bro. Pura vida. Who knows? But I have had the best fruit in Nicaragua. Nicaragua is the fruit king. Also, I have had better meat in Nicaragua. And way cheaper as well. And way better selection. Nicaragua has been the first country that is the best science has been able to find brains. Like I've been eating more brains here than ever in my life. Because most countries, like my country in Finland, brains are illegal. Think about that. And brain is now my favorite organ to eat. It's so delicious. Makes my libido very high. Just like this thing over here. And also makes me feel really good. And I've been eating more brains in Nicaragua than anywhere else. Now the seafood is pretty much the same. I have had really good seafood in Costa Rica and really good in Nicaragua, and in both places there it was pretty affordable. So cannot really compare that. The nature, now we get to the real shit. Now I will say this. I have felt, like I said, I have felt absolutely unbelievable here at Nicaragua. Like, I have gained abilities. I have healed some shit here. I have gained abilities in my body that I thought were gone. Like, I'm too old for that shit anymore. But no, it was just Finland. Finland and the man-made shit in Finland was wrecking my ass. And my stupid ass decisions as well. But then I had a bright idea to do a Tropics All Day Experiment. And it has been building up. I think that's why I have felt even better in Nicaragua. One, there's less non-native EMFs here. That's for sure. Although Laguna de Apoyo. Be careful with that place. That was the only place really in Nicaragua that I felt off. And the first place I was in Ometepe because I was sleeping next to the refrigerator. And refrigerators are very bad for non-native EMFs. Never sleep besides them. So those were the only places, and the issue there was non-native EMF. In Costa Rica, there is more towers. It's more well developed, even though it's still it's nowhere near as bad as that Finland is. Nowhere near as bad as America is, most of the EU, Canada, Australia, all these developed countries. Developed. High standard of living countries. Shut the fuck up. But Nicaragua also better in that, in my opinion. But the nature, let's get into the nature. In my opinion, just the pure nature is more powerful in Costa Rica. And it makes sense because it's closer to the creator. Also, it's kind of the sweet spot. Like, the climate there is very good for... There's way more wildlife in Costa Rica. So that's amazing, because I love to see the wildlife. I think every human being loves to see the wildlife. Just Costa Rica is amazing for that. Nicaragua has been good, but not as good. And it is noticeably not as good. So Costa Rica there, and just the nature in general, like the trees, the wildlife, the beaches, the sun, it is more powerful, a little bit more powerful in Costa Rica, but still it is pretty fucking good in Nicaragua as well. But because I was in Costa Rica first, I was building up, my body was building up, and then I came to Nicaragua, and I already had that 2-month base there. So we just been building up on top of that base. We already built in Costa Rica. So my body has been healing, like I said. Regenerating, recharging. I'm gonna talk about that in my Nicaragua ultimate review video. But it's crazy how good I feel. Like, every single day I'm like laughing at myself, like, God fucking damn, I feel so fucking good. Life is so beautiful. Like, I'm so excited about life. My body feels so charged up. So full of life force. But the nature as well, like Nicaragua has my favorite spots though. Like, I would say as a whole the Costa Rica is more powerful. But nowhere in Costa Rica was like Ometepe was for me. There's a reason those ancient warriors, the ancient people that did those petroglyphs there, why they were in Ometepe, and they were... I'm sorry, my camera's semiconductors can't handle this tropical sunlight like my semiconductors in my ballsack can. Make better products, you technology technocrat idiots that are ruining everything in this world. At least make some good products if we're gonna use some of these products. Anyway, I was talking about the ancient people that were doing their thing in Ometepe, and I can understand them fully, because there's no place in Costa Rica that is as magical as Ometepe is. Like, that place, like when it gets dark, when the sun sets and the fireflies coming out of everywhere. I have never seen so many fireflies in my life. It is just a magical island. It is such a it became my second favorite place on this earth and I will return there. Also, there's no place like the Great Corn Islands in Costa Rica. Like no place in Costa Rica is like the Great Corn Islands. But that's kinda Nicaragua's little hidden gem in the Caribbean Ocean. Now, so like overall, the nature is more powerful and maybe a little bit cooler in Costa Rica. But there's no place like Ometepe in Costa Rica, and there's no place like the Great Corn Islands in Costa Rica. So there's that. The capitals of both of these countries, they are shitholes. Don't spend any time there. Spend as little time as possible in those capitals. Managua sucks. San Jose sucks. I didn't like either one of them. Now, like I said, the people are more raw here at Nicaragua. They're way more interested about me. They're also way more nicer to me. Although, some places in Costa Rica, they were really nice to me as well. But it's just like... In Ometepe, most people didn't really care. Like the touristy places in the Great Corn Islands, that's completely different because it's the Creole people. And those were my dogs. I love those people. They're very different than the mainland Nicaraguan and Costa Rican people. In Ometepe, most people are kinda don't really give a shit about you, like the locals. But here at the Granada area and Managua, people like really love me, and they're really interested about me, in a kinda cool way. In Costa Rica, people were kinda nonchalant mostly. Some people were really nice. In both places I have felt extremely safe all the time. Now in Nicaragua they can hassle and try to rip you off a little bit more than in Costa Rica. But even though I have gone to the taxis a couple of times and I didn't negotiate the price before I went, and then when we arrived to the destination they were like this much, and I was like no, I'm not paying that much, that's ridiculous. And then the guys were like, okay, you're not gonna pay that much, so just pay whatever you want, basically. So it's pretty easy to negotiate with these guys, even with no Spanish. Like they were like, okay, you're gonna do that. That's reasonable. So even when they try to like rip you off a little bit, in the end, I haven't had any real big rip-offs here at the Nicaragua, and I did it in Costa Rica. Very safe, in my opinion, but I'm also fast asleep when it gets dark. I'm not doing any bullshit activities at the night time, ruining my melatonin, ruining my dopamine. That's low dopamine behavior. I said that weirdly. Behavior. Still said it weirdly. Anyway, so I don't really know about the nightlife. Maybe it gets dangerous at nighttime. The gangs get out. The low dopamine people get out and start doing their fucked up shit. But I'm not part of that world, so I don't know. Now I will say, like I said, the people are more raw in Nicaragua, so if you are like very beautiful women, you're gonna get catcalled here, because I'm getting catcalled. I'm getting hit on by guys and girls here at Nicaragua. So if you are like really beautiful women, get ready for that. But is that really that bad thing? No, it can make you feel a little uncomfortable, I will say that. Especially when the guys come hit me off. Go check out my I Feel Like a Rockstar in Granada video. That's a crazy story. But overall, very safe. Pretty cool people. In some places the people are kind of whatever. But that's also okay. No big deal. The tobacco in Nicaragua, way better, because I didn't have any in Costa Rica. Coffee has been better in Nicaragua, I will say that. What else? What else is there? Like I said, the sun is a little bit better in Costa Rica. A little bit more powerful. I'm afraid my camera is gonna overheat again. Now, Costa Rica is way more convenient. Like if you got the dollar bills, and you don't like the raw, little chaotic experiences, you need your little conveniences, you need babysitting, you need things to come easy to you, and you have the dollar bills to spend, go to Costa Rica. But for me, I don't give a shit about that. Now, like if your goal is just to heal, I would come to Nicaragua in some rural places. Like most of the places in Nicaragua are pretty rural. Just get a little bit outside of the cities and it's fucking rural. Like Ometepe, even though it's like tourist a little bit, it's still way rural. Way off-grid. So I would come maybe to Nicaragua. I would especially come here to just feel good and heal. If you don't have the dollar bills, then you have to come to Nicaragua. Politically, what the fuck I'm doing? Like politic-wise, they both have problems. Costa Rica is bitch to United States, basically. So that's a big problem. You saw what United States have been doing, what they just did to Venezuela. They did that same shit to Nicaragua in the last century, quite a bit. But right now Nicaragua, like I have talked to people that have moved here and actually own land and built their lives here, and they have said me that there's no problems and it's way cheaper than in Costa Rica. So I gotta trust what they say, but still Nicaragua has problems, like they could confiscate your land like this, maybe, who knows. But that can happen in 2026, pretty much every country. So there's problems politically in both countries. I'm kinda leaning towards Nicaragua, to be honest. But I'm not full expert, even though I know quite a bit about it. Both of them are not like the perfect choice in that sense, but way better than United States, for example, way better than Finland, where I'm from, for example, way better than Australia, way better than UK, way better than French, way better than most EU countries. So there's that. But yeah, Costa Rica has more conveniences, like I said, more supermarkets. Like I have been maybe in 2 supermarkets in 2.5 months in Nicaragua. But like I already said in one of my videos, I kinda like going shopping to this shop. This lady grows tea. Tropics too powerful for the cameras. Like I was saying, the markets in Nicaragua, I fucking love them. Way better than the supermarkets. But if you, like I said, you don't like the raw, the real, the chaotic, you like the air-conditioned, the artificial blue light, lit markets, supermarkets that have everything, go to Costa Rica. What else? The Airbnbs. The accommodation price is a little bit better in Nicaragua, but they are surprisingly good in Costa Rica, although I was in Costa Rica during the highest of the off-season, so I got the best prices in the year, basically. The quality, I mean, really depends on the place. Both has had some really good places. Like this place I'm staying right now, this might be the best deal I've had in all of the places in Costa Rica or Nicaragua. I could easily live here. You can do that, $380 dollar bills a month. You can get this great farmhouse with a Garden of Eden, and you can freaking tan your ballsack to get your ballsack highly melanated all you want, because you got great privacy and you got cows for neighbors, so that's pretty fucking cool. But the places in Costa Rica were also very fucking cool. So there's that. If you just, hey buddy, what the fuck you doing here? Sorry, I wasn't mean to you. If you just wanna go to holiday, I mean, then do your thing. I'm not really care about that. But really, at the end of the day, you cannot go wrong at either of these countries. If you wanna feel good, if you wanna heal something, both of these countries extremely powerful. Volcanic, high magnetic flux, amazing tropical sunlight. You can make love to the creator all year round. Like the worst day at here, like now it's January, and this is like better day than any day of the year in Finland. So, and that's Costa Rica as well. So, amazing countries. Both countries for me are like 11 out of 10. Little bit different. Really depends on your own freaking mind and what you prefer. I like both. I'm gonna come back to both. I already know that. They have different pros and cons that I already talked about. If you have any questions, leave them down below and subscribe, because we're doing the best science experiment YouTube or interwebs have ever seen. The most powerful. This has been in how it has been. 4 months. We're just getting started, baby. But in 4 months, I feel it's a night and day difference how I felt in Finland. Like, you can go back to look at my videos 1 year ago in Finland. It's a night and day difference. Like, it's such a huge difference. I honestly feel like 5 to 10 years younger here. Just so happy all the time, go lucky. I have gotten my athleticism back here, my strength, my vitality, my life force. So both of these make me feel absolutely rock starish. Absolutely tremendous. Epic experiment. So subscribe for more of that, because guess what? We ain't done yet. We ain't going back to Finland yet. Who the fuck wants to go back to Finland in January? It's the coldest month of the year. There's UV zero, the light fucking sucks, everything. People are still getting sick left and right there. Guess what? We're continuing to make love. I'm still probably gonna do a whole Nicaragua review tomorrow. Because that's just how I feel like. Nicaragua deserves the praise, the love. I'm probably gonna say all the same shit, but whatever. Nicaragua, you deserve it. And Costa Rica was also really fucking good. So, I love both of these countries. See you later, alligators.